Welcome to Moonbeam's Videozone. I hope you all enjoyed Prehysteria 2. We have a great film coming out right after this called Beanstalk, which is a modern-day spin on the Jack and the Beanstalk story. I think we have some really wonderful special effects, and I think kids of all ages will get a kick out of this one. After Beanstalk, we have a number of Moonbeam pictures we're really proud of. We're currently finishing. We have the Time Warrior series called Josh Kirby Time Warrior, a number of shows beginning with The Human Pets, Planet of the Dino Knights, Journey to the Magic Cavern, Eggs from 70 million BC. These are all shows that are feature-length that really revolve around the exploits of this fellow named Josh Kirby. And a big inspiration for me were the serials of the 30s and 40s. I think the idea of having a new feature film based on the adventures of Josh Kirby Time Warrior premiering at your local video store is going to be something very special and different. So if you're all into the Moonbeam experience, and we love making these pictures, look for Josh Kirby. The first chapter is called The Human Pets, and we're going to try to premiere this in April of 1995. And of course, I'll be looking forward to seeing you all again on the next edition of Moonbeam's Videozone.
Your favorite dinosaurs are back, and they've been in training. All aboard as Moonbeam Entertainment takes you on a wild ride with Prehysteria 2. Dynamite director Albert Band engineers a fantastic adventure.
The script is what attracted me to actually direct it. I thought it was great. It's very, very zany, but it's zany within the content of children's stories. And as such, it didn't go too overboard. I treated it as a fantasy because we did things in every department that were unrealistic, and yet it worked very well. Like every time we saw the kid, practically, he wore a different outfit.
Hold it right there. I'm not afraid of you, punk! Guys, be careful. He's got a comb. Yeah.
Outrageous sets like Brendan's bedroom contribute to the fantasy.
I can't believe you live here.
I didn't expect the bedroom to be so big. You know how you can kind of picture things before you actually get there? I imagined a pretty well-sized room, you know, with just a couple video games, a bunk bed with a slide down there and stuff. And I come here and they have all this trampoline and stuff, and it's like, oh, how cool.
Yeah, I'm so lucky.
I was shocked when I saw my room for the first time, even before they had all the stuff in it. I mean, I went in and it was like 3 times the size of our living room. And then they had all the stuff in it. It was even more amazing. I mean, they got the trampoline and the pool table, drum set. Kids got everything. It's amazing.
Kevin, why don't you step on in, buddy? Oh, yeah, sure, it's your turn, of course.
I would trade anything in the world for a bedroom like that.
Listen, I'll trade you anything in this room for those dinosaurs.
Anything?
All of it if you want.
And action. 1, 2, 3.
A fun place to perform in doesn't mean less work for the young actors.
I get here, usually I get into wardrobe and then go and get my makeup on. And then if I have a scene, I'll go straight there to do a blocking rehearsal. And if I don't have a scene, I'll just go back to school. And if I do, I'll do the blocking rehearsal and then go back to school. And then I'll go back for the scene and just basically go back from rehearsals to school to doing the scene, to school, to rehearsals, to school.
So I have to go to school in between scenes. And I'm supposed to have about 3 hours of school every day. And if I get more, I get to bank that time for the next day if I want.
Jennifer on the trampoline. Kevin goes to school. Kevin goes to school.
Miss Winters, you can forget about sending Brendan to military school.
The kids aren't the only ones doing the learning in this film.
Get your elbows off the table, young man.
I mean, I start off being an adult, I get to at least finish the picture being a kid.
And I play Miss Winters, who's a governess, and she's a meanie, but there's hope for her. And you, at the end of the film, you can see that she's breaking through.
Stop him! Stop him!
Like all movies, not everything is as it appears.
I wear a wig most of the time, but I'm bald, and it took 2 hours for the girls to do me. I looked as infrequently as possible into the mirror. Now, actually, it wasn't too terrible until they added some stray hairs, and that's really freaky to me. I mean, well, it wasn't great, but it wasn't helped by the stray hairs floating around.
Gotcha.
I can't help it. I feel sorry for the little pest.
I second that emotion.
And I played character of Mr. Hero, or Mr. Hero. I know, the accent's gone now, but...
I don't know anything about plants.
Who's saying that?
I have a very good ear for accents and stuff, so I had to listen to an old tutorial tape, and in it, the man was speaking Russian. No, he was a Russian. He was speaking English with a Russian accent, and that's the one that I kept on listening to get into the accent.
This is impossible.
Oh. What's that?
Conducting the dinos through their encore performance is Creature King Mark Rappaport.
This is the baby T-Rex from Prehysteria 2. And this is the big biting T-Rex. And actually, this would hurt. This guy bites very hard, and it hurts me. Well, this is as simple as it gets. It looks very simple, but it works very well. And there's the same, the mechanism that's here is actually the same mechanism that's up here. It just, but allows us to pull the trigger. These insert puppets also help make the full cable puppets look alive, because they look like you can do more. There's 4 different puppets for the T-Rex. There's a cable puppet, which is very involved. There's his head, with the biting head. There's a stop motion puppet, and the other puppet we have is a stunt puppet. He's the one who gets beat up, and that's a rough job.
The T-Rex even does the foxtrot.
And most of our puppets are cable operated and radio controlled. You have around 40 to 50 cables going from each puppet, and 40 or 50 cables makes a stack of wires or cables this thick coming out that puppet. Because you have 5 people in very complicated rigs with many, many cables, you have to hide these people throughout the set. And that's a set decorator's nightmare. The grips and the carpenters trying to cut holes, hide us under floors, hide us behind walls. And you see characters walking around. You see the actor walking by, you see the puppet in the same shot. You realize there's 5 or 6 puppeteers hiding in that same area, and you can't see them.
The Dino's phenomenal puppetry amazed their co-stars.
I was surprised actually they could just do it with the little hand control thing. They pulled this little loop with the string attached to it, and it makes the tail and arms and legs move, and the head and the eyes blink.
Here's another one.
At first, I thought they were going to be hard, you know, like molds, plaster, you know, and they're really soft, like spongy almost.
There's an old saying, you don't want to be with kids, you don't want to be with animals, you get upstaged every time.
Look, it's totally real.
Of course it is, Brendan. They're made that way.
Yeah, kids and animals, and I got them both in this one.
Well, sir, ma'am, I think you've completely misjudged the enemy. Our intelligence informs us that you've been invaded by ghosts. Ow!
Just find it. Brandon.
There's no stopping the dinos when they get mischievous. Prehysteria 2. A trainload full of fun for the whole family.
Let's go there. Wrap it up and get the net. We were right. Doc Winston's certifiable. She thinks we're looking for Bigfoot or something.
Wait! You can't stop now! We're about to discover something that's never been seen before. It's the find I've been waiting for all my life. It'll prove my theories are correct.
My character was so much fun to play, Doc Winston, who Michael and I, bless his heart, made into the most eccentric sort of combination of Indiana Jones and one of those English botanist ladies who's quite eccentric and befuddled and always knocking things over and falling down and making a mess of things. A very bright woman who's just determined to have young Jack, this little boy in the story, realize his his dreams, go after his dreams, and believe in himself.
Your name's Jack?
Yeah, don't wear it out.
History repeats itself.
What are you talking about?
There is a giant at the top of that beanstalk.
Yeah, right, yeah, you do know you're whack, right?
And young Jack is always inventing things and has great plans for all sorts of things. And I come into his life having discovered this beanstalk and tracked it down to his backyard. And as he ends up, of course, climbing the beanstalk, and the giants chase him, and he saves this town. But my role, I think, is to be the voice of dreams, the voice of people keeping alive that wonderful imagination that says they can go anywhere and do anything.
Jack!
What?
I hope you didn't wake the giant.
Oh, boy.
We woke him. It's a giant!
You people look like ants!
My theories are correct!
I remember when I first read the script, I thought, oh, this is a huge budget movie, obviously. This is how are they going to do this? This is really complicated stuff, having been used to Superman and blue backing and all of that sort of thing. In fact, Michael was brilliantly figured out ways to trick the eye. They were done partly through the camera, partly with simply making miniatures and then thinking greater than life and getting your perspective right. It was such a joy working on a movie that was full of that sort of spirit of let's make it believable for kids, and let's make it fun, and let's make it funny and believable for us. If anyone actually got smart with movies that appealed to both children and their parents and dealt with children as if they were more intelligent and able to absorb things on a deeper level than just boff, hit, crash, boom, bang, like the Saturday morning cartoons, then they do very well.
Well, Jack, I'm off to hunt Bigfoot.
The idea of having Doc Winston do a whole bunch of movies is a little bit of heaven. I would love to be recognized now as Doc Winston and be able to collaborate again with Michael and see what else we can have Doc Winston get into. I've always wanted to do just flat-out comedy, and I had a wonderful time.
Far away from the world he knew,
Come, child, don't be afraid.
young John McGowan went home.
His parents recently passed away. He's to be handed over to his grandfather.
To a family he never met.
Grandpa?
Johnny.
And to a castle
Welcome home, John McGowan, to the land of your forefathers.
filled with magic.
You see this tree? It's a wishing tree. Touch it. Make a wish.
I wish I had a friend.
But when his wish came true,
Look what I found!
This is the wee baby dragon.
a part of the McGowan legend became part of the McGowan family.
How do you house train a dragon? Put the reptile off the sofa. Don't you be looking at me like that.
The fairy folk have given you a dragon, lad.
Can I keep it?
You must keep the McGowan land, a haven for it. Protect it from the outside world.
Now, years later, the special friendship they've shared
Good boy.
is threatened by an unexpected visit from the outside world.
This one's not even on the map, sir.
I sure hope the owners don't mind us trespassing like this.
Set up right here.
Oh, my God.
Very funny, you guys. That's great stuff for the gag reel.
Dragon!
You're right, sir. Does that thing belong to you, son?
John is forced to choose between the only home he knows
They say we owe them £170,000. And if we don't pay the money within 30 days, they're going to take McGowan Castle away from us.
and the only friend he has.
What if we were to bring the dragon to civilization? Put it on display. Just for a limited engagement, you name it.
We make enough money to satisfy the tax folks.
Everybody'd come out of this a winner.
Moonbeam Entertainment presents
We welcome you to Dragon World!
a classic family fable.
I intend to exercise my option to extend the contract.
You can't do that.
I can do anything I damn well please.
Die of a broken heart.
A thrilling new adventure. A fire-breathing, high-flying tale of excitement.
Stop them!
Fantasy.
Go!
And wonder. Dragon World.
Moonbeam Entertainment invites you to take home something different.
Trimble, is that you?
Something wondrous.
Geisel?
Something magical, warm, and fuzzy. And there's only one place you can find them.
So open the door already.
Pet Shop. This summer, owning a pet is out of this world.
Is he too cute or what?
Randy had the world at his fingertips, but just when he had it all in control, things took a turn for the worse.
School called. When I get home, young man, I'm going to confiscate every model in the house.
3 men suspected of robbing a local convenience store are still at large tonight. Police warn that the 3 should be considered armed and dangerous.
I've never known anyone who got expelled before.
My mom's threatening to confiscate every model in the house, so I'm taking him to the hideout until things cool down.
He was about to find out what real trouble was all about.
Wow, this is a real pretty house.
How long we gotta hold up here?
Till the cops give up on the roadblocks, 3-4 days maybe.
Now he's matching wits with 3 outlaws who are about to outwit themselves.
No!
Error by error.
Strike the spark in the air for you guys!
Blunder by blunder.
Come quick, someone's coming!
Don't worry, kid, we're not gonna hurt you.
Oh, no, look, they got the army after us!
And blow by blow.
You gotta be pretty smart to get away from Louis, kid. Ah, Richie!
He's teaching the bad guys just how far a kid will go. Ah! Remote, a comedy powered by adventure.
Hi, my name is Cortland Mead, and this is my friend Yowler. For Dragon World. We're here to tell you about the Moonbeam Fan Club. When you join, you'll get this awesome t-shirt. See? Isn't it cool? You'll also get the Moonbeam newsletter. It's got interviews and the secrets behind the special effects and inside information about upcoming Moonbeam films. You'll get our t-shirt and our newsletter for only $20. That also gets you a lifetime membership card. For more information about Moonbeam, you can call 1-800-MOONBEAM, or you can write to Moonbeam Entertainment at this address. Thanks for watching, and keep sending those fan letters. Me and Yowler will see you on the next Videozone.